Hello everyone, I'm going to go over today's trade plan as well as the live market commentary I provided. If you don't follow me, I provide all that right now on StockTwits. That's my username. The link will be in the description. I'm sorry, I'm going to try to get in the video as quick as possible, but I just want to remind everyone on one thing that I mentioned last week. I'm not going to be trading until Tuesday. I'm going to be away on vacation right before we start the room to kind of take a little break. I've been pretty active here on StockTwits, so I'm sorry if you guys email me. I'll try to respond as many as possible, but there's no promises while I'm away that I can. A lot of people have been reaching out. All right, sorry. Let's get into today's daily plan. Feel free to still contact me, but I may not answer in a timely fashion. All right, creating a daily plan, step 1, checking out the TPO. What can we take from this, traders? What do we see above? What do we see below? What does the current auction look like to you? Very important things to know as a trader. All right. Well, we could take things from the high of this session's TPO. We could take things from the low. We could look where we're trading, where we are in the auction, right? Trading in here. And we were talking about this balance area from last week. So we have structure to clean above, structure to clean below, all things that we could take and apply to create our own daily plans moving forwards. All right, step 2, creating daily plan. Where are we trading in the market auction? Are there buyers in or are we trading in or out of balance? Where are buyers and sellers located? Where are their stops? Wrong there. All crucial things for traders to know. All right, let's look at this daily footprint. If this is all new to you and you don't know what you're looking at, I have a video that explains how you read these. It's pinned on my YouTube channel. All right, so I think we all could see we have active buyers down here with these buying imbalances, right? Delta's all green down here. All is happy to buy. And then the reverse, we have sellers over here. This is our little trading range we've been trading in for a little while, for the most part, of course. Things we could take from the tape, looking also at last week's CPI move, we have lots of volume underwater there. And then using our TPOs, zooming into footprints on smaller time frames, we could build confluence on all the things that we could take out from our charts and create our own daily plans. Today's daily plan, FOMC later today, sit on the sidelines. If I do end up making a trade, it will be size down and likely a scalp. That's exactly what happened. I took 2 trades today, both size down from my normal size and both scalps. Trading for a career is all about having optimal RR. So news events, news days tend to be riskier than normal days. And when you're doing this for the long run, it's all about risk management. So that's why I size down and play for smaller moves. Someone asked something. I don't understand this. Can you provide an explanation of what's going on? So I believe I explained a bit of the TPO. Yep. And someone asked about these, this on the bottom of the TPO. And honestly, I haven't really ever paid attention to that. I do know that this is the point of control price. But other than that, no, I've never really paid attention to these. This could be transacted volume, but I have no idea. I just pay attention to the TPO charts themselves, or the market profiles themselves. What do you see from the daily volume distribution going into open? All right. We are seeing below us, we could see a whole bunch of buyers who are underwater, right? We see these 2 big volume nodes. And we're trading up here. So this position is underwater. That is why we see these thin volume nodes. That is likely these people stopping out, and this is what's driving price up. It's not a whole lot of buying and selling between actual buyers and sellers. For the most part, it's them stopping out. So some few things that we could take, and then we're building out this big volume node here. So signs out for maybe we build a P-shaped distribution coming up. Some things that we could take. Possibly. Sorry. Lots of buyers underneath, absolutely. and then you circle the delta. Reading the delta, that's stuff that I'm going to save for the room. But essentially we use the delta to see if buyers are moving up in the tape or if they're moving down. Obviously, we'll go into more detail on TPO and footprint, less vague than here. If you guys are interested, truckerlabtrading.com, link will be in the description. Alright, so this is now 15 minutes, 60 minutes after open. Daily footprint now. What happens if we accept below the buying imbalance? We'll cover in video recap. So we touched on this a bit. We could see those thin volume nodes. Those were left over from the Globex when those people were being ran out. Alright, so what happens if we accept underneath this buying imbalance into these thin volume nodes? Well, we're likely to trade into it, right? We spoke about this tons on the YouTube. Yeah, so won't bore you guys with that. And we could see we should take note of the transacted volume up here. But all good signs, still monitoring the tape. Alright, what is the top volume node telling you? We'll cover this in video recap later. So we traded now above even more. And what can we see? We could see tons of transacted volume. As we know, as we've been talking about, when you see that, we're likely to continue up. Yep. New 4-hour candle open here. Look left, what can you take from it? Alright, we should all see these sellers trying to move down, trying to provide resistance. This candle we close above. Thin volume nodes, next candle opens. Thin volume nodes we pull back to the high volume area, hold it, buying imbalance. We're off to the races. Close this volume node, bid, offer. Watch this next volume or next candle open. We want to monitor who's trying to move up, who's trying to move down. You know, using a delta and different time frames and all that stuff. But you could already see through the 4-hour at this time the buyers are trying. Alright, some temporary exhaustion here on the 30-minute chart. Remember the bigger picture though, we'll go over in recap. So I don't have the screenshot, I'm sorry. But if you're focused on one time frame, as you know, I'm sure every trader has succumbed to this at least at one point, is paying attention to one time frame. So you see this, you might be looking for the short. But you have to remember back to our daily where we had signs that we did not see exhaustion yet. So that's how the footprint could save us from taking trades we don't want to. Alright, zooming into our smaller time frames, we could see exactly where buyers and sellers are located. We could see where stops and imbalances are in structure. Alright guys, so this is 30-minute chart, or no, I'm sorry, this is a 5-minute chart. We could see the first 30 minutes session. We see buyers are active here, sellers are active here. Where are stops? Below the lows. Where are stops? Below the highs. Right? When you're shorting, you're putting stops either above highs or above high day, whatever it may be. So we know there's stops likely to be there. That's where we want to enter, where other people are being stopped out. And what do we see? We should know what this is. We've discussed it in the video already. Thin volume nodes, these sellers being stopped out. Now our eyes are glued to the tape. What do we want to see? We want to see either a pull into our zone optimally, or exhaustion on the tape gives us confidence to take the short. Now there were some other tools that we use that are going to be shown in the room that gave us extra confidence to be able to front run this level, and I did, but we'll get into the tape bit. Perfect trade opportunity there. Sellers front running our level. Enter on stop run to our level. So what gave the confirmation? Stop run. Not stop run, I'm sorry. Exhaustion. So this candle closed. We closed with a bid. We got to monitor the next candle. Volumes building. We peak above. Less volume done here, and then complete exhaustion. Bid exhaustion there. We're going down. And then as it pulled down, I got filled on the way down at 39.04. So let me talk about my trade management here. This was my first trade of the day, obviously, and I exited all out at 3,900. How I could have managed this better, I could have obviously taken off 75% and waited for the lower end of the extreme, or the going into smaller time frames even and finding microstructures that we could exit in, but that's for a different day. Why I didn't do that, I should add. So we knew we had sellers here, and as we pulled down into them at 3,900, what could have happened is that these sellers, maybe not all stopped out here, they're all happy to stop out at their break even, and they could, and we do see this many times, they provide a floor, and we will continue up. So as I said, trading as a career is all about risk management. I knew that this was less risk, the 5-point move, than trying to play for more, so I did that. And then with doing that, then we could come back later in the day if there's more trade opportunities and play with the daily gains, so we could risk a little bit of what we already had or had made to try and make it more without turning the day red. Okay, a lot of people on Stock Twits are always talking about factors other than the charts, what is actually happening in front of them. Drop the bias, learn to read the order flow in front of you and profit from it. Long, short, it does not matter. Whatever is going to happen, the volume has to transact for it to happen. So just watch the tape. So yeah, this trade ended up going down more, about to 83 or 84, around that area. I forgot exactly. But yeah, I exited for the 5 points. I explained why. And this was the volume distribution now. I'll pull it up 1 second. On the daily. So we didn't have that exhaustion on the daily before, but look, we got it now. And a beautiful, beautiful P-shaped distribution. So yeah, even more signs that I probably could have held it for longer. But again, just playing it safe. I already mentioned, I believe, but if you guys are completely new, I have pinned to my channel home kind of the introductory video to the footprint and how you read these charts. Okay, walked you through, as of now, high of day. See how buyers defended their position here. Did I skip over that? Oh, I didn't read this, right? We should all know what this means by now. We also should know where buyers are going to want to hold their position. So I accidentally closed this screenshot, but see how we have buying imbalance up here? Buyers are going to want to defend their line in the sand. Look what's below. Thin volume nodes. They need to defend this. And then I brought it up again, but on a 4-hour chart, so we can zoom in just a little bit. And what do we see? We see the same buying imbalance, this chunk of volume that's being done in this area. We took the extension short, and this is where the perfect exit would be. But again, I explain my reasons. So what did we see? This new 4-hour opened, dipped down into the high volume area they held. We see great bid exhaustion with almost 34,000 contracts done over 1,100. I just did this, posted this to be funny, but learn to read the market and trade it correctly. Alright. Price is, we'll cover some in recap. So I believe we covered this. We talked about how before big news events, price likes to chop. And this is what it will look like on the TPO. And again, there's rules that we could take from this and use it for our trading. Alright, so now this is getting into my second trade of the day. I said, see the bid moving up. This was in live time. Before I actually entered, I said, can you see where buyers want to target? Alright. If you were a buyer and you wanted price to continue up, what do you want? You want to, well, first you want to support where there's an active bid. Check. Sellers are going to try to move down. We need to override them. Check. Going to try again, and it's check, check, and we need to move up on the tape. Check, check, check. And now where, as a buyer, do you want to target for the big move up? A lot of traders trade this. I see a lot of chat rooms based off high day breaks, low day breaks. Where are you targeting? You want to take all the seller stops who are selling the high day, right? And that's where we use our tools to build context and know where these high day breaks, low day breaks, or high or low, it doesn't necessarily have to be of the day, are likely to be just a stop run of those short sellers or longs, and an opportunity for the reversal. So that's where they wanted to target, and that's where I, due to our tools, that's where I was looking to short. So buyer set target and reverse. Again, since FOMC day, I'm in scout mode. I took 75% off of my position at 5 points, letting the rest ride or hit me at break even. So after I take my first partial on all my trades, I always put my stop to break even. Given before traded, check my last post. Market is not random. I think we all could see this trade entry pretty clean. Active sellers, pop them. Zero print, exhaustion, big volume node. Very clean tape. All right. So let me. Sorry. Whew. All right. So we got the entry, and look what happens when we pull it below. This big volume node doesn't look big as big anymore, does it? Well, buyers are slipping a bid over here. So if I didn't already take my first trade, if I didn't make my money for the day, what I would have likely done was either take the whole position off or take most of it off, set my stop to break even, and let whatever happens happens. But since I already made what I'm happy with for the day, I was willing to just let the position go for 90, or here I already got my first partial, but I would have either taken that last little chunk off or taken most of that little chunk off and let a very tiny bit go to run. All right. Oh, I forgot. I said they could be the fuel for a quick move down too, because there's so many of them. So if we pull below, we'll run their stops. So if then, right? I think I forgot. Thank you for 110 subscribers. It really does mean a lot if you guys do subscribe. So please do. See how those buyers provided, I don't know why I said got, the fuel for a further move down. Mentioned it in last posts. No crystal balls. Took 50% off of a remaining position at 10 points. Not $1,000 per contract. It's 500. Typo. Walked you guys through the tape live. Check my posts. And my final target was not 39.87, but 38.87. But we'll talk about that when it comes. So those active sellers or buyers that tried slipping in here, we pulled below, and now we're starting to run stops. Then tape. Yeah, and I corrected myself. So my final target, as I said, was 87, and what happened? We came 3 ticks from 38.87, and price reversed. I mean, that's trading, but the signs are very clean. We see an active bid, and exhaustion, huge bid. All the signs to cut the trade there, but since I had a tiny position left, I already made the money for the day. I didn't really care. I wanted to have my last target filled. And then I said, going to try cheeky ad at 38.95, because since this was coming back up, I wanted to see if I could add up here. And then my new stop would be that, because that would be my new break even. So he got filled in the ad, and then it was looking likely that I stopped the rest out of the position, and that's exactly what happened. So that is the recap. If you guys are interested in my approach and see the edge in it, this is my website. Link is in the description, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.